sometimes we don't think about what framework or what point of reference we're working from with our kids, and so oftentimes we're just reacting. It's important, I think, to have some sort of a consistent structure, and Accountable Kids provides that for parents. Something that's a simple way for them to improve their relationship with their kids, to not always be the warden, but to be able to pull back and be more of a cheerleader for their kids. Help their kids learn how to be responsible and praise them for the positive things that they're doing.
Accountable Kids provides everything you need to start teaching accountability and responsibility in the home. It takes the guesswork out of parenting with providing hands-on, concrete tools that's fun for the kids and yet provides results for the parents.
It kind of drives them away from the entitlement and takes them more towards empowerment, where they can do things and that they're valuable to the family, that they're needed and not just some nuisance running around, that their contribution to the family is so valuable. And I think this program really brings that out because it helps them to see that they're part of a functioning family and the things they do matter.
Accountable Kids is a parenting program designed to teach kids accountability and responsibility in the home. It's effective for children ages 3 to 14. Our kits include over 80 different cards, tickets, and passes. There's everything in the kit needed to begin teaching accountability today. The book is a step-by-step guide on how to use Accountable Kids. The kit provides the hands-on tools to help kids learn accountability in the home. It's fun, it's interactive, and it gets results. There's over 50 different reminder cards and 30 different tickets, privilege passes, date cards. Select the ones that are most appropriate for your child and then divide them into 2 categories, basic chores and extra chores. The extra chores are the chores you're willing to pay your child for. The basic chores are the tasks that you're not willing to pay your child for. These are the tasks that you want your child to do every day because they're a contributing member of the family. The basic chores can then be cut to represent a time of day: yellow for morning, red for afternoon, and blue for evening.
There's 5 pegs on the board. The first peg is the start peg. This is where the basic chores are hung, and so this is what it would look like when the kids first come to the board in the morning. Once those chores are done, like here you have get dressed. Once the kids have been able to pick out an outfit and get dressed, they would flip that card over onto the finish peg. The finish peg is where all the chores go when they're finished. Some of the other pegs that are here are, the middle peg is where all the rewards hang, the tickets, the bonus bucks, the best behavior cards, and even the privilege pass. Those all would hang on the middle peg. The fourth peg is the special date card. This is where the kids track how many days they've done the program and keep track of when they've earned that special date. The last peg is the extra chores peg. That's where all the extra chores are hung, so that when the kids want to do an extra chore, they can come and pick a chore from that stack.
Hang the progress board in a visible area. The kitchen, hallway, and living room are all great locations. It is important that both you and your child see the board throughout the day. If the board is not easily seen, it is easily forgotten. Avoid hanging the board on a door or in a bedroom. The Accountable Kid board can be stained, painted, decorated, and customized with your child's name. Let your child help decorate the new board. This can be a fun activity for the entire family.
Once parents have set the program up and the cards are divided and the kids know what their basic expectations are, they're going to come to the board in the morning and can know what types of chores need to be done that morning. So as they get dressed, take their vitamins, as they work through those morning chores, once those are all completed, they would come and find Mom and Dad and say, "Mom, Dad, my chores are finished." And then they would receive a ticket. With that ticket, they're then able to participate in privileges, pre-assigned things that you set up with them. And it could be anything. It could be TV, video games, it could be an art project, time with Mom and Dad. The program is very, very need-based, and so what that means is that the rewards are based on the privileges that the kids want, and that's why they're willing to work and earn the things that they want. This is teaching them that privileges are things that they earn and not necessarily things that Mom and Dad owe them. Once they've finished with their basic chores, Any group of chores, the expectation is that they do those basic chores first, and then if they want to do an extra chore, if they want to come help mom with some laundry, or they want to help mom do some dusting, then they would earn a bonus buck for each extra chore that they did. And the bonus bucks come into play the end of the week. We trade those in for money. We have a family forum at the end of the week, and during that family forum, that's a time we discuss rules, we discuss progress, we plan activities, we obviously do our accounting, we are modeling for the kids the process of managing money, making decisions around managing money. The kids' schedule would continue as the afternoon comes, and they have expectations for the afternoon, basic chores that they need to do. For example, the kids may have a music lesson. They may need to walk the dog, feed the cat, could be anything. Work on a school project, or do some homework, or whatever the case may be. Once those afternoon chores are done, again, the kids would receive a ticket and then would be able to participate in their afternoon privileges. Once the kids have gone through and completed all the groups of chores, the morning chores, the afternoon chores, and the evening chores, when those cards are all turned over and they've successfully completed the program for that day, they would receive a star on their date card. The date card is a way for them to earn a special date with either mom or dad. It could also be a grandparent if there's one that's that the kids are close to or that lives in the area. The whole goal of adding the special date card to the program is to help kids understand the process of working for delayed gratification, that everything isn't about being rewarded right now. They're working and planning ahead, and most importantly, we're working on our relationships as a family. The next component I want to talk about the Accountable Kids program is the Best Behavior Card. The Best Behavior Card is a way for us as parents to reinforce positive behaviors or value-based behaviors that we see in our kids. If we see them doing something special, a good example would be my daughter Allie. She's the oldest of our 3 kids. When I see her do something special, when I see her sharing with her brothers and sisters, when I see her being honest, when I see any type of a behavior that I really want to instill, I have the ability to pull her aside and say, you know what, honey, that was an extra special behavior. That was a best behavior. And then I can reward her with the Best Behavior Card. It's just something that I don't give to her every time she shares, but periodically, so that she knows that there's benefits. And with that Best Behavior Card, it's redeemable like a ticket to help them understand the value of these positive behaviors. Kids, especially younger kids, aren't able to go through that process of thinking abstractly, and so oftentimes they need some very concrete tools to help them internalize these types of lessons. The last component is the Privilege Pass. The Privilege Pass is to help parents to get rid of or do away with negative behaviors or habits that the kids might have. An example, Allie, again, my oldest daughter, as we began this and implemented the program, she would do very well through the whole day, and then we would put her to bed and she would come out. We would put her back in and tell her, honey, you need to stay in bed, but she would come out again. So we came up with a Privilege Pass as a way to sit down with her and determine a special privilege that she wanted to be involved with or take part in the next day. And it could be anything. It could be an art project. Usually she would pick some sort of an activity with mom and dad. And so as she would moderate the negative behavior, as she would go to bed and stay in bed and not have to be reminded, she would then wake up the next day and there would be a Privilege Pass hanging on her board, and she would be able to redeem that for that special privilege. So she's learning to control her behavior. She's learning to do away with negative behaviors for positive rewards or positive results, thereby improving our relationship. We initially started using that for helping Allie go to bed. After that, we started using it for table manners. It could be used for anything. So that is the Accountable Kids program, the way that it operates on a daily basis. You can help your child soar by teaching the principles presented in the Accountable Kids program. The lessons learned establish a solid foundation that can be relied on later as your child encounters life's storms. They provide concrete stepping stones to help your child develop qualities necessary to become a successful adult. As you implement the steps in the program, you will learn to make healthy parenting choices, teach important life skills, strengthen your family as a whole, and best of all, experience more fun together as a family. The Accountable Kids program was designed to be simple and enjoyable to use, bringing consistency, balance, and harmony into your home. It was intended to form a basis for your own creativity and specific personal manner of parenting. Children participating in the AK program feel appreciated and cared for as they experience positive interactions, learning that parents are there for support and guidance. Children begin to view themselves as vital components of the family and develop confidence and self-worth by becoming contributing members. Children learn that successful adults govern their lives by the same principles. There are a lot of resources in the book that are going to walk you through that process. There's forms in the back. There's a lot of suggestions, information in the book that's going to help you customize the program to your child.
As a mother, educator, and grandmother, the thing I would say is Accountable Kids works. It's that simple back to basics program that I grew up with when I was a child, and it's the law of the harvest. You reap what you sow. In education, I see the need for children to be responsible, to be accountable, and they don't learn it these days like they used to. So Accountable Kids is a way for children to gain true self-esteem, the self-esteem of the heart.